This video is about something that I've been thinking about for quite a while, and actually it came about when I was looking through some ammunition at one of the stores that I buy my ammo from. And I started looking at the, I wanted some subsonic, and I started comparing the feet per second, the velocity, muzzle velocity, and I started thinking, you know what, something's not right here. Something is a little bit fishy, to put it mildly, and I couldn't figure out exactly what it was. And then I started thinking, well, you know what, the only way I'm going to find out is to do my own little test, comparison, whatever you want to call it, and find out just exactly what it is that's bugging me, and it was kind of hard to figure out. Now, let me say this right off the bat. What you're going to see here probably won't make a lot of difference to a lot of people, because unless you're a precision shooter like I am, it's not going to, it doesn't matter, really. What it boils down to is if you're a plinker and you're shooting at cans and pop bottles and 2-liter pop bottles and little metal targets, or metal targets, the 8-inch metal targets at 50 or 100 yards, this doesn't matter. But if you're a precision shooter like I am, where you're looking to hit, keep 10, 15 shots within a half-inch, then yeah, it does matter. And anyway, we'll go from there. Now, what I did, this can be done for just about any ammunition. I say just about any, I'm guessing 90%. But what you have to think about is which ammunition you're going to shoot, and do you want to take the time, which isn't that much really, to do what I did. Now, I'm going to get my thoughts together here. I used CCI green tag and CCI standard velocity for the comparison, and I'll show you why here in just a minute. I did some investigation. I did a 500 round comparison. I had to buy the ammunition. Nobody gives me ammunition to evaluate, and the CCI at $18 per 100 can get expensive, especially if you're doing 500 rounds. And then the CCI standard velocity, which I buy it for $2.02 for 50, which is $4 per 100. It's a hell of a difference in price, and you have to think to yourself, well, if I'm gonna do that, if I'm just gonna go out and buy the CCI green tag and believe their quote unquote marketing ploy, then I kind of deserve what I get. A lot of people talk about the green tag is good, and I'm saying, as I said before, you can do this with any ammunition, but I've used these two as a comparison because I had some of both of them, and I went out and bought the rest. But this cost me just about $200 to do. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you the little charts I made, a couple of targets that I shot a couple of days ago, and we'll go from there. Okay, this is a comparison between CCI green tag and CCI standard velocity. Notice here, and this is what got me started on this, the green tag muzzle velocity is 1070 out the muzzle. At 25 yards, it's 1019. At 50 yards, it's 977. At 100 yards, it's 908. And lo and behold, standard velocity has exactly the same muzzle velocities. So I'm thinking to myself, well, wait a minute, is green tag nothing more than supposedly super standard velocity, that it's more consistent? What's the story here? So I decided to do a little bit of a thing here, and what I started with was a weight distribution on this stuff, and I'll put that one down here. I sorted 500 rounds using a gram scale. Anybody can do this with anything, and let me pull in a little bit closer so you can see these numbers. That's about the best I can do. Anyway, let's look at the green tag first. 500 rounds. You can see that most of the most of the ammunition comes in at 180 and 195 at 3.30 and 3.32. Now, there's a lot of spread there. From 3.22 to 3.32, that's a spread of 0.10. Now, if you look at the standard velocity, it's more consistent. Actually, you have it's only 3.26 to 3.31, which is a spread of 0.05. It's half the spread. And as you can see that between 3.28, 3.29, and 3.30, it's pretty consistent there. I mean, 3.29 is a little bit less, but the others are, there's not a whole lot of difference. You get more or less, I should say, variation as far as, between the 3.22 on the green tag, there are 10 of those, and on the 3.26 on the standard velocity, there are 20. Now, why are these weights different? This doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, and I couldn't figure out why. You would have a 3.22 and a 3.24 on the green tag, but the lightest round in the standard velocity was 3.26, which is the third on the green tag. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Look at the 3.28 on green tag. There were only 70 rounds. And on the standard velocity at 3.28, there were 142 rounds, twice as many. Now, there's no 3.29 on the green tag, and why, I don't know. These are things I'm trying to figure out. What's going on here? In the 3.30, there are 180, and on the green tag, and on the standard velocity, there's 163. Now, the 3.28 at 142 on the standard velocity, like I said, is you get twice as many rounds at that weight as you do with the green tag. And, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Anyway, what it boils down to is you shoot what you have the most of. Simple as that. And I'm thinking to myself, well, is there going to be really a difference? So what I did was I shot the green tag. Let me get rid of these. I shot the green tag unsorted, because if you're buying green tag, you expect it to be consistent right out of the box. And there is the green tag. Okay? Now it's unsorted. They were both shot within about 15 minutes of each other. And on the same day, same 50 yards, same everything. I'm going to get a little bit closer on the pattern here. As you can see, those are half-inch boxes, excuse me. So you've got a 3/4 or 1.5 inch red square and a 1/2 inch yellow square. This is the CCI green tag unsorted. Now, I guess for plinking, yeah, that's great. You really can't get much better than that. But then I shot 3 different weights of the standard velocity. I shot 3.28, 3.29, and 3.30. And here are the results of that one. Let me pull back out a little bit. So wrong way, so we can see it. Okay, the top one is the 3.29. I shot the 3.28 first. Let me go back in a little bit now. This is the 3.28. The one shot here, that was me. I don't remember what shot it was, but anyway, you can see the group there as far as the compared to the green tag. That's a hell of a lot better group. Now the 3.29, which is up here, wasn't bad either. It's it's within 3/4 of an inch. And then the 3.30 down at the bottom was actually even a little bit better. So, what I'm thinking, the purpose of this is, what I arrived at was, it's worth the effort to weigh your ammo if you want the result, if you want results like this. Because if you don't, you're going to end up with this kind of stuff, which is what the the green tag did. You know, I mean, I don't know if you can really see that well. Push these side by side. And let's pull back. This is the green tag. Whoop. There's your green tag. And there's your standard velocity. Now, which one do you want to shoot? You know, yeah, granted, it takes time. I did 500 rounds. I sorted 500 rounds, or weighed and sorted 500 rounds of each one. It took me about an hour and a half. Now, to me, it's worth it for these results. Otherwise, you know, this over here, the green tag, is great for plinking. It's great for, you know, shooting bottles and whatever, and it's probably good for shooting squirrels and pigeons and rats and whatever else you want to go after, but it's not good for precision shooting. So, my guess is that you need to sort your ammo, okay? Now, as I said in another video, what I do is I shoot American Eagle suppressor. And I'm going to show you something here that I did. Now, this is a little bit different because it's actually, I only sorted 100 of these. And I'll pull that one up. Let me get rid of these two. And we'll put out the American suppressor as far as that goes. Pull back a little bit again. Now, this is per 100. Okay? There we go. They weigh in at 3.60 to 3.62, and that's a spread of only 0.02, which is less than half of what the other two were, or what the standard velocity was. And you can see that they're pretty consistent as far as weight goes, 26, 30, and 44. So that's really not too bad. Now, how good is it? Well, here we go. This is the American Eagle suppressor. This was shot on, a couple of weeks ago, a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I don't know, what, the 20th, and this is now, whatever. Anyway, there was no wind or cloud cover of 50 yards. The temperature was 68 degrees, and these were done at 1:30 in the afternoon. Now here is my grouping on that. Same target. Push this over. There we go. Now that's a hell of a grouping. Okay, that's actually 15 rounds. So you really can't get much better than that. So this is why I shoot American Eagle suppressor. It's to me, I've found it to be the best ammunition that so far, and believe me, I've tried a lot of stuff. I've done the SX and the Gemtech, and these are all good ammunitions, but the American Eagle suppressor, to me, and even though it's more expensive, these are the results I'm looking for. And you take this one out up here, and you're right at a ½ inch grouping for 14 shots. That's damn good, okay? Anyway, that was the purpose of this video. I hope it has given you some ideas. If you want to do your own weighing, you can buy a little gram scale for anywhere from $10 to $20. They're not expensive. They're online all over the place. And you can go from there. And I use little cups to sort the ammo into. And then I put them in plastic bags. And I put a little thing in there about what weight they are, a little tab, a little piece of index card about what weight they are. And when I don't have a lot of each one, I don't shoot those until I weigh some more, and then I just keep adding to them until I get what I need. And that's how it works. So like I said, I hope that this gives you some ideas or some insight into what you need to do if you want this kind of grouping at 50 yards. And if not, well, okay. I mean, may have been an interest or no interest at all to you. Either way. So that's it. Have a great day. Shoot well. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.